In our previous videos, we've discussed how users create objects and how they define and manage relationships between them. We've also spent time discussing the paradigm shift that the IT-involved solution introduces with social knowledge management. The next step in this process is to organize and visualize this collective knowledge in the proper context for the role of the user or department. The IT-involved solution calls this organization and visualization of the collective knowledge a perspective. In this video, we will cover how to build a perspective and add relationships, what to consider when building a perspective. Each person or department in an IT organization can create a perspective that best helps them visualize relationships and collaborate as they work on change, incident, or problem management cycles. John is a sysadmin and is responsible for the Finale application. He's created the objects that represent the components of the application and has now created a perspective that shows him the application in a way that will help him troubleshoot and plan future changes. Kelly has also created objects that represent the ESX servers she is responsible for. Here she has created a perspective that shows her the ESX servers and virtual machines that are hosted on them. She has also included the network switches they are attached to. Bruce has created a number of objects representing network devices in the data center and has also created a perspective showing him how the rack switches for the ESX servers are connected to the core. Finally, Shannon has added object relationships for the policies that the company relies on to successfully pass its audits. As you can see, her perspective shows the relationships between the NeedCorp PCI access control policy and the Finale application. As you include objects from different teams in your perspective, the IT-involved solution will automatically notify and involve you when changes to objects in your perspective are being planned. So now let's create a perspective. We are going to recreate part of John's Finale perspective. Go to Create menu and choose Perspectives. Give the perspective a name. You can also provide a description if desired. Now click on Create. Here you'll have the options of creating additional perspectives, clicking on Close to perform another task, or clicking on the perspective you just created. Go ahead and click on the perspective you just created. You'll see a familiar screen that looks like the screen you were used to when working with objects and relationships. Notice that you are now working within your new perspective. You'll also notice that there's an activity stream where users of the perspective can be notified of changes and collaborate in context of the perspective. In many situations, it is common to create perspectives that will be used by a team or multiple teams. For example, the network team may use perspectives as living documents instead of Visio for network diagrams that are shared with other teams. The biggest advantage here is that the information is current, objects are live, and followers are notified of changes automatically. Click on the Perspective tab, click on Add Relationship, click on the magnifying glass next to the related item field. In the search field, type part of the name of the object you are wanting to start with. You can also narrow your search by using the filter options on the right. Select the object and choose Accept. You'll see all the relationships that object has with any other object listed. Select the relationships you want to represent, or choose to select, deselect all, then click Add. The selected relationships will appear in the editor. To add additional relationships, either repeat the previous step or simply right-click on the object and select Import Relationship. As you import objects, you can move them on the screen to create a layout to your liking. Clicking on Save will store your current layout after you make changes. You can further customize your perspective by clicking on the arrow next to the appropriate relationship in the sidebar. Here you can select options like line color, width, and type to suit your needs. Perspectives allow you to comprehend complex, interrelated objects in your IT environment from unique vantage points while improving the lines of communication between teams. Perspectives also provide the foundation for impact analysis, as seen in the Change Impact video.